Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is December the 25th, 2017. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the world reserve cryptocurrency. Focus in 2018. Okay, something I forgot to say yesterday. Thanks to the person who sent me a decred after the This Week in Bitcoin show. That was very nice. Thank you for the person who sent some Bitcoin and for someone who sent me some Litecoin. All of my addresses are below. All of the links that I mentioned in this show are below, and you can get t-shirts from Crypti Graffiti using the Meister discount code, Trezor, Ledger Nano at cryptohwwallet.com. There's some discounts down there. Check them out, and also you can buy directly from Trezor down there. So they need you to care. All the Bitcoin haters out there, they need you to care about them in order for them to be listened to, in order for them to be legitimate in any way. If you don't care about them, if you ignore them, if you don't engage them, then they don't exist. And I learned this in a video on a completely different topic today, and I just wanted to share it with you, just put it all in perspective, because there are lots of causes out there in the world. And it could be some animal going extinct, and they want you to care for those causes. But most likely, you've never heard of it because no one talks about it, because nobody cares about that cause. So it just is forgotten. But if you do care, the cause, whether it be a good cause or a bad cause, they rely on you for caring. I mean, arguing with the Bitcoin haters, with the people who are causing the trouble, retweeting them, I mean, spending a minute of your time engaging these people, it's a waste of your time. It shows that you care. It gives them legitimacy. It gives them exactly what they want. Because again, if you didn't care, they wouldn't exist. And so what's been going on lately with these fake issues is that, you're giving them attention. So by you giving them attention, you care. So they're doing well. People care. Imagine instead of caring so much about this fake issue that we spent our time on crypto dividends. I mean, you better believe that Trezor and Ledger would have already come up with a much more serious program to get these crypto dividends into our hands and get these splitters going faster. They don't have the incentive because over in crypto land, everybody seems to care about these fake issues that we've proven to be fake. I mean, you cannot argue with these people because they want you to argue with them. They want you to argue with them because that gets them attention. And it's just a vicious cycle, and you're feeding into it. So yes, we have all the winning arguments. We know that not that many people even care about Bitcoin is a store of value. That's what it is being used for. There are not that many people caring about, buying coffee and all of those things. I don't even want to say it anymore. It's so ridiculous. But if you do say it, if you do give it attention, then it does become an issue. So don't give those guys the time of day. Care about productive endeavors that benefit you. Don't care about the fake issues that only benefit attention seekers. Next time a scaling troll tries to engage you, just ignore them or say, I don't care. And start to talk about crypto dividends. Focus 2018. All right, one final note from yesterday, something I wasn't very clear about. Which side has more conviction? The side that would jump on the Ethereum, if they thought it could beat Bitcoin, or the people like me who refused to give the leader of all these attention seekers, who refused to even call him by his real name? Who has more conviction? I just want to put that out there. But anyway, use your conviction. Yes, you have conviction. You believe in the cause. Talk about your cause, but don't engage the people on the other side who just want attention, because there are not many people. They are weaker than us. They don't have the conviction, but they throw it out there in troll-like ways. So you give them, you can't argue with a troll. You can't argue. And you know what? No one's perfect. People give in sometimes and are tempted by these trolls to argue with them. You're just giving them attention, giving them exactly what they want, making them legitimate. Just ignore. Don't argue with the trolls. Don't engage with the trolls. Promote your own positive things. Promote your own causes, but don't waste time on them. All right, pound that like button. Where are we? So, something I want to mention is Coinbase did a morning video today from, what was it, Colombia. And obviously, I thought it was a great video. It's his usual stuff. He's in a third world country, waking up early in the morning to make a video for everyone, doing it for free, okay? On Christmas, which is, I think, a holiday he celebrates. And at first, it was a little choppy, the video, okay? And then in the middle of the video, it gave out a little bit. And then it was fine, okay? I understood, like, every point he made. It was very clear to me. It was a solid show. In the comments section, right away, you see like 5 different people are like, why did you even do this show? It's horrible. I can't hear you. Just complaining about the most superficial, foolish things you have ever heard. And the guy, if they would have actually listened, had listening comprehension, and just been able to not be impulsive and sit through the entire thing, they would have learned something. But instead, we had these 80, and this is just the perfect example. I bring this up because it just shows how in our space, how many people are impulsive, how many people just can't sit there and try to learn, try to listen, and care about superficial nonsense. Sure, it wasn't the prettiest video in the world, okay? But the information was all there. Any person with half a brain would be able to understand what the guy was saying, what he was trying to teach. I mean, it's just so, it's just so yeah, go watch Tone's video from earlier today. And, if you can't sit through a couple interruptions, then I don't know what to say. Are you 6 years old or something? I mean, my 4-year-old nephew could probably sit through the whole thing better than some of these people complaining. I mean, that is trollishness right there. What are these people just that unhappy with their lives that they have to pick on little superficial things like that? I do not get it. I don't get it at all. But I mean, I just want to point out, these are the kind of people that make these impulsive decisions and just make the 20% wealthier. So don't be one of those 80%ers that just starts yelling and screaming in the comments section about how you couldn't hear Coinbase for 2 seconds and how he should never have done the video because they couldn't hear him for 3 seconds during the video. All right. So Zclassic. Okay, so Zclassic, I mentioned this before. I know they are doing a very unique fork. I linked to a video where the developer guy, Rhett, who is an interesting character to say the least, explains it a little bit better. How they're forking into something called B private. And so if you have Zclassic, you're going to get B private. If you have Bitcoin that's not on a SegWit address, you're going to get B private also. All right. So, and then he got a little flaky in another tweet of his where he says, well, maybe we should fork from Bcash instead of Bitcoin. Okay. So they seem a little flaky. Let's see if this really happens, because it will be unique. And the reason I bring it up again is when these rumors started earlier in the week, the price of Zclassic doubled. Okay. It doubled in terms of Bitcoin. So this is how much people are interested in getting Bitcoin crypto dividends. Very interesting. So if this progresses a little bit more, I'm actually going to make I think I'm going to make a 5-minute video about this, because it's very interesting. With my new camera. I hope you've been liking those tests. When I get back to Baltimore, I'm going back to Baltimore in the morning. My grandmother's turning 95 years old on on the 28th. So we're going to have a celebration, and I want to be there. And then I'll be on the road again. But so when I get to Baltimore, maybe I'll make a Zclassic crypto dividend. Maybe I'll just make a crypto dividend video with my camera, because some of you like when the videos aren't live. There's pros and cons of making live videos and not live. When they're not live, they're better video quality now. And obviously from Tone's videos, a lot of people appreciate video quality more than content, which is a disgrace, because you should care about the content. You should try to be learning. You shouldn't really care about pretty pictures and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, just don't be impulsive. Be part of the 20% people. Don't be an 80%er. Make that your New Year's resolution. New Year's resolutions you should always try to make yourself better, not just at the end of the year or the beginning of the year, whatever way you want to look at it. Something that I forgot to say yesterday, Bdiamond, the guy who does the Bdiamond, and I linked it. I linked to him yesterday, the Bdiamond PR guy. I forgot what his official name is. But he said the wallets are going to be released soon, and we are working on dates for withdrawal deposits from major exchanges, talking with Trezor as well. Just small things like port, playback, replay, and the devs are working on now. Okay, so they're working on the things they have to work on, he says. Again, I'm glad he's trying to talk to Trezor. I don't know how pro Bdiamond Trezor is, but at least they say they're trying to work with these guys, or Bdiamond says they're trying to work with Trezor. That's the moment we believe. When we see that Trezor or Ledger has a press release that says, this is what XYZ is going to happen with Bdiamond, then we're going to do XYZ with Bdiamond, you're going to be able to split it. That will be great. And that's the rule. That should be your rule with any non-airdrop crypto dividend. The ones that are airdrops, you don't have to worry about your private key. Okay. Those are a little bit different. Like Bdiamond. I'm happy with the Bdiamond people and the Bdiamond people, because they reach out to me, but you can reach out to them. So the fact that they're responsive, I consider that to be a positive. But again, I don't believe it until I see it. Now, Bdiamond is an airdrop one, so that's a little bit different. The important thing for them is to get on some exchanges. That's when we'll be able to test out how legitimate they are. Okay. So in India, here's an article that was sent to me by a great guy on Twitter. It says the income tax department has specifically sought details of Bitcoin investments during the demonetization period. That was between November 1st, 2016 and December 31st, 2016. I think I'm reading that right. So yeah, the authoritative, intrusive, bureaucratic, paranoid Indian government wants to know about its citizens buying Bitcoin during the time when they were making everybody's cash worthless. Pound that like button if you enjoy not living in India. I mean, that sounds horrible. Hopefully the Indians who have Bitcoin can properly hide their Bitcoin from the Indian government. Unfortunately, I think if they got it from an Indian exchange, there was a know your customer situation. So the Indian government might know who owns Bitcoin there. So let's wish good thoughts upon our Bitcoin brethren in India. All right, something I wanted to mention yesterday that I forgot to mention about Friday's show. Friday's show, again, was This Week in Bitcoin. We talked about the Coinbase situation some. And we didn't get into all the technical aspects of it. And Daniel told a story about how, he hasn't been able to get fiat from them, or fiat sent from them to his bank. Really a bad issue. But he said he wasn't worried about coin. Then he said a story that would make a person worry about Coinbase, but then he said he wasn't that worried about Coinbase. Meanwhile, on the Bitcoin Group show on the World Crypto Network, and you can listen to me on their podcast, and on their show, they took a different approach to Coinbase. They seem to be concerned about Coinbase. And I'd like to say that I am more toward that side of things. I am concerned about the way Coinbase does business. You should not keep any Bitcoin there, people. You should not keep any Bitcoin there. It doesn't make sense, some of the things they do. It just doesn't seem like it's very well run. And I would not want to play with fire over there in terms of selling anything there, in terms of storing anything there, in terms of buying from them. I have not heard any problems. So that's good. Buying from them, you can get the Bitcoin off of there. That's pretty good. Now, I was talking to, and so I don't think, first of all, I think there could be lawsuits against Coinbase because of the way they handle Bcash and because of the way they're handling B Gold, because they haven't even said how they're going to give out the B Gold to the people that they owe B Gold to. And again, you shouldn't keep your Bitcoin there in the first place. You should have not even gotten into this situation where you can't get B Gold from them. But I think I don't think they have good lawyerly people over there. I don't know who's giving them law advice, okay? Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV. No. And but I don't think they could be bankrupted. I don't think they could become insolvent. But what I could see happening one day is they start getting sued for all sorts of reasons, okay? And that could freeze them up. Just like Mt. Gox was frozen, where if you had stuff if something bad happened and they freeze up and they shut down, but they promise to pay you back everything, and they probably will, you might not get you might not get your Bitcoin back until 2022. And you might just get it back in terms of how much it was worth at the time that they got sued to oblivion. So, and I have a person who I know, who does have some lawyerly experience, who was keeping, amazingly enough, he was keeping almost $1 million worth of Bitcoin at Coinbase. And now he's moved it to his Trezor. Thank Hashem. But the reason he moved it was not because of me saying, dude, it's just not a control your own private key, maybe partially, but he was worried that they're going to get sued to oblivion eventually. And he has some lawyerly experience. So I wanted to put that out there, that the bottom line is you should always control your private key, because if you don't control your private key, you rely on these third parties, you're not going to be able to get your crypto dividends. But the worst case scenario is that your Bitcoin might get stuck for a long period of time. Okay. And I'm not keen on Coinbase right now. So here's an interesting story. And Adam, I hope all is well. Let me tell you a quick story. This week I was moving some of my coins to my Trezor. When I went back into my Trezor, all my coins were gone. Everything said 0. After plugging the Trezor in many times, I still got a 0 balance. I was thinking, how could this have happened? And who was able to hack into my account? I knew I had to do 3 things. 1, call you for help. 2, change my underwear. 3, tell my wife we just lost a fortune. I thought I will try one more time. When I went to my laptop, I realized my caps lock were on and my password was incorrect. I unlocked my caps and retweeted and retyped my password. Thank the Lord, my coins were still there and my wife is not going to divorce me. Thanks for your daily shows and preaching a strong hand. It helps when all we hear is FUD. A great story. And it just reminds everyone that if you use a passphrase, it is case sensitive. Okay? It is case sensitive. That is a lesson to learn. It's good to use a passphrase on your Trezor, but remember, it is case sensitive. And if you spell it, if you do it in lowercase instead of uppercase, it's going to appear, you're going to enter a blank account of yours. It's going to create a new account. So just, again, make sure, but the easy solution is then to, enter it the correct way in all capitals or whatever you had it originally. So case sensitive, keep that in mind. Trezor, it's a good tool. It makes things super safe. And if you need a crypto consultation, email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. I can help you set up your Trezor and teach you all those things so you don't have a massive heart attack one day from getting scared out of your. I can't help you not have a massive. If you eat very bad, you're going to have a massive heart attack one day. But in terms of Trezor quality of life, I'll make sure you're very calm about that. Okay, what else do we have here? Strong hand. Oh yeah, I heard another horrible story. You can, with your Trezor, you can reset it, get a new seed, a new 24-word seed. Never throw out your old 24-word seed. Never do that. A person contacted me. He threw out his old 24-word seed, and he actually had some coins on it still. And he will now he's not able to get his coins. Another reason you don't want to throw out your 24-word seed. First of all, I mean, it's just a piece of paper. You write it down on it. It's not like it takes up a lot of space, but you might miss out on some crypto dividend that you didn't know about before. Just once you have a 24-word seed, recovery seed, whatever it is, just save it somewhere, just in case. Just be careful, people. Think long term. Think long term. You might need something again. Now, don't be a hoarder of material goods, but in terms of information, it's good to hoard information if it's just something you write down on a piece of paper there. All right. And it's important for me to say things like that because not everyone. This guy made a mistake, and it's unfortunate. So we're supposed to learn from everyone's mistakes. Just like you shouldn't panic when Bitcoin goes down by a lot, because you're going to regret that you sold. And like Vincent MGTOW, he always tells me to remind everyone how he was butted out into selling a lot at like when it drops $900, and he'll never get that Bitcoin back because he panicked. And so you got to think long term and just learn from other people's mistakes. I think that's awesome in this space. A lot of us share stories. Channels like mine, I try to inform people so you don't make the same mistakes that other people made. And you're not impulsive. You think things out. Just take it slow. Take it slow. All right. So Bitcoin is where the big boys play. That's the end of the Bitcoin part of the show. Let's do Adam's health tip right now. So I had a lovely meal today, really big meal. And because I'm going on the plane tomorrow, I'm going to fast. And it'll end up being a 48-hour fast. And I calculated in this year, I have skipped just from my 48-hour fast, my 70, because I fast at least 22 hours a day. But in terms of skipping entire days, and again, I do not recommend you jump into the intermittent fasting like this. Do it gradually. But I just want to say, in the year after tomorrow, I will have skipped 26 days completely in the year of 2016. I didn't eat, just 26 days of the year, I didn't eat a thing, which is almost a month. It's amazing. It is just amazing. It shows my willpower and commitment and conviction. And I don't expect everyone to be like that, but 26 days of 0 calories in 2017. That is pretty amazing. All right, so and finally, here is a new channel I discovered that if you are a 20%er, you are going to love this channel. If you're not a deep thinker, if you're not an intelligent person, you're probably not going to like this. But if you are, you're going to enjoy this guy. His name is Cotre. I don't know what his name is. I can't pronounce his name. I have a Baltimore accent. I'm sorry. But I linked to it below. Watch his videos. He's a really smart guy. He probably has a higher IQ than Molyneux does. Very impressive guy. And so check that out. That's linked to below. If you want to just become I think you'll become a smarter person if you watch this guy, if you listen to this guy. I mean, I want to just sit down and watch all these videos that the guy has made. I've watched like 2 of them now. Very impressed. All right, I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister. This is Rob Meister. Remember to subscribe to this video, like this video, share this video. Check out the link section below. Pound that like button. I'll say hello to all of you guys in the chat. Bye-bye.